Replacing your habit with a new one is the most recommended way to get rid of a bad habit. Smoking is a fantastic example for this. Instead of smoking, people often vape or chew gum. And this is an amazing starter pistol. And I want to talk about more of the underlying emotional issues later. But for now, I want to talk about how you can switch your habits up. So, what is your habit? What is your habit? Is it physical? Is it emotional? If it's physical, like biting your nails, do you want to switch it up and try knitting? Weird example, I know, that's all I can think of. So for me, if I have feelings of failure or I have that thought pattern, I can switch it up and I can daydream about succeeding, because I think daydreaming is a great tool to help fix your brain. If you need a habit, a great habit to replace a previous one that's actually very easy to incorporate into your life, try practicing gratitude as a good habit. So if that trigger happens and the routine has started, switch it up and start practicing gratitude instead. You can keep a journal, you can create an Instagram channel, you can just message someone, you can be kind, you can tell someone you appreciate them to their face. Practicing gratitude will only make your life better in so many ways, and it's a really positive thing, so your brain will be very rewarded once it happens. So try practicing gratitude to replace some of these bad habits. If you are biting your nails because you're stressed, reduce the stress in your life. If you keep running back to unhealthy situations because you're afraid of being alone, face that fear. If you have a bad habit rooted in guilt and shame, forgive yourself and let it go and move forward. You have to deal with these feelings underneath, because they will only ever have a deep-rooted grip on your bad habits. Once you loosen their grip, it is much easier to get rid of a bad habit.
Why are we so inherently negative-minded? If you're hanging out with someone and you're doing the things they do and talking about the things that they talk about, if you're going to be talking about negative things with your negative friends, you are only going to have a negative life. So you need to change your circle and let go of these negative friends. And I know it can be hard when they're family members or old friends that you've had forever. You just need to let them go and have space and change your circle and introduce new, more positive people into it so that you can grow and become a happier person. And this one is most important. You need to cut toxic people from your life. And by toxic, I mean people that are like overly critical, overly controlling, overly rude, obnoxious, people that in general bring you down. Get rid of them. You do not need them in your life to be positive. You want to be positive, you don't need them. They will only bring you down. They will only make you go, and they will only get more resentful the more you try and be positive. So cut them, do both of yourselves a favor, and be free. Let them go. You do not need them. Your life can only get better without them.
Always have a positive first thought. I got it. Yeah. So when you wake up and your brain clocks in, you want to be like, yes, I get to wake up today. I get to face challenges today and overcome them. I'm so grateful for my family and my home and my job. And I'm so grateful that I get to do all of these things every single day. I am so ready to take on the day. That is the attitude that you need to have. As soon as you wake up, the first thought you need to have is, yes, let's go. Now, we are wired to be negative. So you may be one of those people that wakes up and goes, oh, it's my life again. Great. It's Monday. Oh, I hate Monday. Why isn't it the weekend? Now, we're going to talk about controlling what you can control. So you cannot control that thought. It's happened. It's a statement. It's a fact now. What you can do is control how you respond to it. So when that negative thought comes up and it's the first thought of the day, you say, no, actually, it's going to be a good day. I'm so grateful to be alive today. I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to do all the things I want to try and do, and I'm going to make it fun and it's going to be interesting. You have to change the narrative, control what you can control, and choose to have a positive first moment, because it can go downhill from there, but you've got to start out strong. Perception is absolutely everything, and one day you'll get to wake up and you won't even remember what it's like to have a negative voice. From experience, it does happen. You just wake up and it's always like, I'm so grateful, I'm so happy, I'm so excited to take on the day. Please change the narrative and have a more positive day. You will never regret it.
To gain confidence is to grow, and to be perfect means it's impossible. So stop with the perfectionism, because it is driving you insane and it is making you miserable. And as a recovering perfectionist, I know that. So when you feel like the tugs in the back of your head, like, oh, it's not good enough, it's not perfect, like even when it is perfect, give it 5 minutes and it's not perfect anymore. So let it go. Just let it go. Do the best that you can, and then I normally, when the perfectionism comes, to me it feels like tinkering, like I just want to change tiny little bits. Before that starts, send it off, get some feedback, and see what other people think. Don't sit there and tinker until it's just a gelatinous mess of goo. you are subconsciously sabotaging yourself. People have proved time and time again that you can literally do anything in the world if you believe in it. And if you don't, your brain will lead you down the road to failure. So today we're going to talk about how your reticular activating system backs up your belief system and how we're going to use it to make sure that you can no longer self-sabotage. From a biological point of view, it is a bundle of nerves in your brainstem that filters information that is important to you. It's kind of like a spam filter, but for your brain. So you know when you hear your voice out of the corner of your ear and you're drawn to it? That is your reticular activating system. Its job is to send your interest, attention, and focus towards something that is important to you. The reason you are struggling to achieve your goals is because you are self-sabotaging. Number two, your reticular activating system has a job. It is a tool and its job is to find information that is important to you. Number three, your reticular activating system looks for information based on your belief system because it will back it up, which means that if you don't have the correct belief system, you will not achieve your goals because your brain will find ways to stop you achieving it. Subconsciously, it will procrastinate you. Whichever way it works, it will hinder you and stop you achieving your goals. So let's go into like a how, like what are the steps? What functional things can you actually do to make sure that your reticular activating system and your subconscious brain aren't sabotaging you? Well, welcome to the woods behind my house. We are about 20 minutes away from my house. This is where I came to go on my rejuvenating walk. And this is the most important step because you just need to like get out of your head, out of your life, out of your comfort zone and just get off the train and stand and just stop everything. So my job in the forest is to just put on my headphones, listen to my tunes and go on a walk. Now you may be thinking, but Jade, I don't have a forest. Well, for you, I'm going to tell you. Well, you don't really need a forest per se. You just need to get out, go for a walk on the block or in the park or get out into nature. Like normally I would go to the sea and jump in some waves. Anything you can think of that will get you into nature, just do it, whichever way feels most natural to you, because I enjoy a walk in a forest. It's my thing. The forest just hoovers up all of my negativity and I love it. It's a really nice time to reconnect with myself and who I am and just get lost in that silence and solitude. It helps me regenerate and come back fresh. So as soon as I came back from this walk, I was feeling amazing and I've not stopped feeling amazing since. So recommends people need to walk more.
And anyone who's ever lost weight knows that what they really want isn't on the other side of weight loss, because they really want their self-worth back and they think by losing weight they're going to find it, but they won't, because that's not how it works. And most of the time, when we achieve our goals, there's always another one and there's always another one, and we will never find what we're looking for. And I feel like living intentionally can really separate that, because if you focus on the intention of finding your self-worth instead of trying to achieve your goals, when you hit that goal, it won't be so disappointing, because what you're looking for, you'll be traveling on a journey to finding. It won't be not where you think it's going to be. Let's use the weight loss example. Say you want to lose weight and you want to lose 5 kilos and the plan is eat less, move more. So you could be goal focused and you could focus on achieving your goal and how you haven't achieved it yet and constantly living in that failure mindset. Or you can live intentionally and focus on eating healthy and moving more. You're still going in the same direction. You're just taking two very different journeys and disconnecting self-worth from your goal at the same time. Because the outcome is the same, except when you finally get there, you're less likely to boomerang back because you're not disappointed by the outcome, because you're enjoying the journey too much. You're less likely to go, again, this is what intention is. It's just making the journey a lot more beautiful and pleasant. And I know some of us have really dull, stressful, painful journeys to achieving our goals. And this really helps mellow it out and actually enjoy the journey, because life is too short to be miserable. So find a way and find your intention, and let's actually make you live a full, happy life while you still have it. Now, those are all my reasons, and you might be someone who really likes planning goals, or you might be someone who intentionally lives, and you might be very on one of those sides. But as someone who is very goal planning, I will say that practicing intentional living by living with someone who intentionally lives, my life is a lot happier, because I actually live in between going for my goals. I actually remember to live through my life, and it is honestly a game changer. I really recommend you try. Just wake up and set an intention. My final thoughts, as a goal planning person, I feel like us goal planners need to live in the moment more, and people who live purely in the moment just need to goal plan a little more. Maybe not to the excess that we do, but you just need to find this beautiful balance in the middle, because it can really help bring overwhelming happiness and success into your life.